then Oscar would have run off into the chicane. And I was like, he needs to kind of stand his ground when it comes to these sorts of situations, because now he just gets the rap as an easy driver. They're like, you're not scared. Whereas if that was Max, Oscar would shit himself. He wouldn't be like, well, no, I'm probably not going to make that move.
This is Paddock 43, the podcast, your weekly rundown giving you all things F1 from both on and off the track.
From races, trades, rumours, the lifestyle, and all the things that come with the F1 world.
We are Amy, Elle, and Pat. Let's get into it.
We are back physically together.
Yay.
Physically, mentally,
Emotionally. Spiritually.
Everything.
Philosophically.
Actually, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
And
That would be in a book.
yeah, and spiritually, yeah. Oh my God, it feels so good to speak into a microphone.
I know.
Not my Apple headphones.
And it's not lagging. There's no lag.
Yeah,
It feels good
it's
in
real
my
time.
ears. I just feel like
It kind of hurts. I've got a headache. I'm like,
I can't distract what is going to probably be happening on my face that you guys are going to say, which I'm really sorry about.
What's
I'll
on your
just explain
face?
that. I went for a swim this morning and the chlorine had obviously, I think, just been topped up in the pool because the pool was super, super cloudy.
Are you stoned? No.
And I
I'm
got
like, what's going on over there?
got in the pool and I instantly sort of felt a little bit of like stinging kind of.
Oh,
I was like,
that.
oh, this chlorine is fucking fresh. And I think I probably got in the pool too soon. There was no one else in the pool.
That makes me want to vomit. Like,
Yeah, the smell of chlorine.
Anyway,
your hair looks great.
I still swam. Thank you. I washed it like 4 times.
Nice.
But I feel like my face is going to fall off. Like
Is it
it's
still
It's
stinging?
stinging and it's itchy. Anyway,
There's nothing worse when your kneecaps. You know, your kneecaps are dry after being in the pool.
Oh, yes.
And your kneecaps
I
sting.
haven't swum in such a long time. I'm like, don't know what you're talking about.
I was showering, scrubbing my skin, and I was like, "Fuck!" I'm like complaining about swimming in K and chlorine, and then I was
just
thinking
thinking-
about Monza when they're like, it's 50 degrees in the cockpit, and I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah, you can't complain. Although they're getting paid for it, the big bucks. But
What a weekend.
what a weekend.
What a weekend!
How
what a
happy
week.
are you?
Oh my God, I'm so happy.
Little Miss
Although-
Ferrari over there.
Yeah, I've got my little hat on.
Woo.
I feel like I'm an oracle deep down because I actually felt, I mean, we did speak about this, but I felt that Charles was
you
going to win.
did. You were
Yeah.
saying that last
You
week.
said that. I did think that this morning. I was
Yeah.
like, that was Pat's prediction.
Yeah, I actually, no, my prediction was a double podium for Ferrari. That didn't happen. But
I almost got mine
yeah.
at the start.
Yeah.
It was like Oscar, Charles, Lando. And I was like, stop.
Yeah.
Please win. Please stay there. But
Finish
it. Did
it.
not.
Finish it
Did
here.
not.
Oh, but what a good, just fantastic. Very, very happy, obviously. And I just love the Monza podium.
It's so good.
It's the best.
It's the best looking out, and when they have
best.
the Ferrari
flags.
flags
Yeah.
laid out. Although
Sea
I
of
always
red.
feel sorry for the son of the bitches under the flags that can't see anything else.
Yeah.
I know. I
That's
was thinking,
what I always
but do you
think.
think people are actually underneath there?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of space.
I feel like there'd be no air. Like,
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of space
imagine if
everywhere.
someone farted down there. That would be no good.
Well, nice little Dutch oven
Maybe there is.
under the Ferrari.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I think they were saying as well at the podium, the whole of the straight was just full. And it was like a kilometre long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could see it all
was
the way down there.
insane.
It's
and
amazing.
all the grandstand. You know, normally like at Melbourne GP, everyone's well,
Well, you can't
not,
do it at
not
Melbourne
anymore.
GP.
The people would run out, but the grandstands would still be somewhat full. Like
Yeah.
people were sitting
No
right
one
in
was in
front.
the grandstand.
No one was in the grandstand. So
Yeah, everyone's running out. Charles was their best hope. That's why.
what a win! But
Should we do some news first?
I think
There's been
so.
a few things swirling around.
There has
But
been
some-
a lot swirling
Some
around.
things we wanted to be announced that have finally been announced.
One down, 2 to go.
Yeah.
Kimi Antonelli has finally going to Mercedes, which is exactly what we all thought was
Yeah.
going to happen.
Everyone kind of knew it was coming.
They all knew it was coming. It was very unfortunate, though, that Kimi crashed during practice.
Oh, God.
When he was doing practice at Monza.
Yeah.
And he was like, sorry, Toto.
Yeah,
And
Toto's face.
Toto's like,
He's like,
it's okay, Kimi. And then 12 hours later, they announced it. I was like, that couldn't have been more badly timed.
No.
Very unfortunate for the whole
Yeah.
Yeah.
whole audience going on there. I was like, fucking hell.
Great memes. I was actually when I saw his face, the first thing that popped into my mind was like, brother, And then And I went to go comment it from our like paddock account, and then I saw someone had already done it.
Oh,
so I was like,
damn.
you beat me to it.
Isn't it frustrating when someone does that? It was
They're like, no, that's mine.
I was thinking about the Williams poster I did when we Carlos announced that he was going to Williams.
Oh,
and I was like,
the
it's the
appendix.
first appendix-less team. And then
It comes out everywhere.
and then I
everyone's
did
doing
it, and
like,
I was so proud of it. And then I was like, wait, everyone's done this.
everyone's had the same trend.
I was like, great, now I look like I've copied like ESPN and KO.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, sorry. Anyway.
Oh, well. Oh.
Great minds think alike is all I can take from
Great
that.
minds think alike.
Yeah. I was going to say about Kimi as well, though, but everyone was giving him so much shit for crashing. Like, obviously they would. But then in my mind, I was like, well, at least he was pushing and trying to learn his limits.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, like, unfortunate it happened so early into that session. But I was like, at least he kind of knows where his limit is.
that is true. Gosh, he's such a baby.
He's so small and
He's
smushy.
such a baby. Like,
He looks like George Russell's child.
he does.
What?
Yeah, he could be
Have you
George
seen all the footage of them together? You're like, you look like George's child.
or
He's
like
so
younger
small.
brother or something.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
Oh,
be
he's
little.
got to be
There we
like
go.
5'6" for sure, something around that.
1.72.
But George is quite tall.
George is about
yeah.
6 foot, yeah.
Yeah, George is a tall.
George only 6 foot.
man.
Yeah.
Why does he look so much taller?
Just because he's
than what he
lean.
is.
Yeah.
And everyone else is short,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, he's 1.72 centimeters.
Things we love.
Yep. But welcome, Kimi. 2 more spots to go.
And we're going to do a little mini on Kimi.
Yeah, mini on Kimi.
If you want to know more about Kimi, mini on Kimi,
Refer to our mini
Look,
on
Kimi.
Kimi, which is coming.
coming soon
Yay.
to your ears.
It's a birdie.
Who Kimi is.
Who is Kimi? Yes, that is some big news. Anything else, guys, news-wise?
Well, I would say Logan being dropped news. I forgot I was going to wear my Logan shirt to be like, RIP.
I feel like not that I forgot, but we literally like brought out our episode last week and then a few hours later. It was
Yeah, it
announced.
kind of just felt like I was also ready for it to be done,
Yeah.
to be honest. I was, look, he had to go. He's done.
Yeah.
Kind of like, bye. And I'm just excited to see
Onwards
what
and
Franco.
upwards.
Yeah, I mean, we had no idea who Franco was really, but I'm excited to see who he is and how he goes, and we'll have a little mini on him. And obviously, this week Franco raced in Monza, and he, P18 to P12,
Pretty
He did
good.
Pretty well.
not bad when you've only
Much better than Logan Sargeant.
previously raced
He didn't crash.
Yeah.
in an F1 car for 8 laps at Silverstone,
That's crazy.
where it was like 5 degrees and
Yeah.
raining,
Yeah.
and then you go to heat and Monza, very different conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what he's
Man.
known for. So
Yeah.
we'll do a little mini on him as well so people can get to
Yeah.
understand.
I was worried about it though. I was like, oh no. Why are they replacing Logan with a rookie?
I know.
Like they should have, you'd
It was
think,
confusing.
you'd think that
It
they
was
would be like,
confusing.
well, let's just bring in a more experienced driver because we know we would get the results.
Yeah.
Whereas Franco, it's a risk.
But it's a cheaper risk.
But and then all the
totally
sponsors he's actually bought in. I think he's bought in quite a few sponsors
Well,
apparently.
yeah, I think that
Ooh.
they all pitched for him to actually race.
I
They were
love that,
paying
though. They
for
saw
him. I
something
think
in
he's a very well connected
Yeah.
young fella there. I mean,
A young boy.
I don't think Logan was really bringing anything. I think there's a lot of impact that's going to happen from the American fan base there,
Yeah.
or it might not because he also wasn't performing. But then,
Yeah.
Logan kept deleting his statement about leaving. He had like 4 different statements up.
Did he?
And he just kept deleting them.
But they're
And
grammatical errors.
I haven't seen
I
that.
think there was just probably no PR approval on any of them.
They quickly messaged him like, take that down.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
think
no.
they all just got the boot within like a couple of minutes of posting, and everyone was just screenshotting them and popping them around social. So I was like, oh, okay, something's
done,
going on
Logan
here. There's
Sargeant.
obviously bad blood here. I mean, Williams didn't even really do much of a post. It was like a one-liner.
Yeah.
Thanks
I think
for
I saw-
everything. A gel.
I think I
Yeah.
saw something else as well that Alex Albon said something like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut about what was said. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Did he?
Well, Alex, I
Alex
hope you
Albon
Yeah.
actually
open
did like
your
the
mouth.
nicest post.
Yeah, Alex
anyone.
did the best post.
Well, there was also a rumor of the week.
There was
Is this
a
true?
rumor of it.
Actually?
Well, I think it's true.
I mean, I know
everything
you
that
can
I
say-
saw.
See on the notes that Carlos Sainz didn't get a better qualifying result because he had a mosquito in his helmet.
I did see that. No, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that not fake news?
I don't
I was like,
think
this
so.
I,
can't
don't
be.
know. I think it is.
No, I don't think it's fake news.
I wasn't sure. I was like,
I saw it twice.
I mean, like, I feel like it's so rogue for it
This
to not be
feels
true.
like, yeah, but it also just felt very Batuta advocate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think so. Like he's interviewed saying, I will say, tenía un mosquito en el ojo durante la carrera.
What?
I had a mosquito in my eye.
I was like, please translate that.
Wait, let me find it. I read it. Yeah. Tenía un mosquito en el ojo durante la Q3, así que hice todo el final de la calificación con una molesta en el ojo.
Can I do the
Basically,
translation?
yes.
I had a mozzie in my helmet.
In my eye.
Oh,
Close.
damn.
In Q3. He said I did everything.
How did it get in there?
That's what I wanted to
I
know.
don't know. But I mean, it was pretty
Where did it
humid
come from?
in Monza this weekend. So
All right. Well, I guess it's not rumor of the week. It was also just news of the week.
news of the week. Yep. So sorry to hear, Carlos. Sorry to hear about
Hilarious.
this. Anyway.
Well, let's get into our top moments of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to jump in and start. But did you guys see the safety car crash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awkward.
Yeah. So apparently Aston Martin haven't actually come out because they need to investigate the crash.
Mm.
But it suggested that potentially the car's brakes failed.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
When the safety car is not saved.
Like, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then they said that the driver approached the corner and had to, obviously was unable to slow down and had to kind of slide in a bid to wipe off some of the speed, knowing that he was going to crash into the barriers.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's not really what you want from a safety car.
No, not very safe. But
But then I heard as well it was because the track was resurfaced and just really slippery.
that too.
I did hear
that.
that.
Yeah, it was
So maybe just like a
wider as
combo
well.
of the
Combo of the
two.
two.
Because if the track wasn't resurfaced, then maybe they could have saved it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did they repanel the car right away? Or
Did they just bring
do
in
they
a
have
new car?
another one?
They'd
Yeah,
have to have
because
another
I was-
car.
They've got a few.
on the grid prior to the race starting, they were looking, Martin's out there doing his like pre-grid walk thing. And he's like, and there's the safety car that crashed earlier this week. And I was like, is that still dinted? Like, I couldn't say because of the shadows. It was wrong angle. But I was like,
I mean, they usually have like a few.
do they?
Yeah.
They would have to. You'd think so.
I mean, I feel like we've seen like at Melbourne Grand Prix.
No, we saw the one.
No, but then there's like
no,
another
they're the
one.
medical ones.
No.
So maybe there is only one.
Yeah, I think there might be only one. I have this like
Do they-
weird feeling and it's killing me. I want to investigate anyway.
Do they have to bring in like special mechanics for the car, or do they just take some from the teams and be like, hey, we quickly need you to put together the car?
I was
Or
like,
they would
who's
be like-
servicing the safety and the medical cars?
Yeah, there'd be like someone from the FIA. They would have their own mechanics there doing that.
That's like one of those jobs where it's like boring. Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Finally. Like, when was the last time a safety car crashed?
yeah.
I'd love to know.
I mean, I'll never forget at Melbourne Grand Prix when we did the grid walk for F2 and seeing inside the safety car. It did not look like a car. That's for sure. It looks like an airplane. Like on the inside, it looks like an airplane cockpit where it's got all the buttons and like that is not a car.
No, it's not. It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship.
We're going flying.
Other moments of the weekend.
Well, one of mine was definitely seeing Louis from One Direction.
Oh gosh, I did see Martin Brundle interviewing him.
Yeah.
It was quite funny, and obviously he was there backing up Charles, and I was like, maybe it's Charles's lucky rabbit foot
Yeah.
there, but
Was he there in Monaco?
who knows? I don't know. Didn't see him on.
I don't know, but I remember him.
Probably.
I remember him being in at the Australian Open recently.
Yeah.
Can I say,
One
side note,
Direction.
I used to, like, he was my favourite One Direction singer.
Yeah.
Really?
And then seeing Martin Brundle interview him, I'm like, "Ugh, he kind of gives me the ick. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
just
he gave the massive
right?
ick. It was just, I was like,
really
stop
like
wearing what you're wearing.
what he was wearing. Like, he
I
had,
didn't
like,
even, I did
he
not
had,
see
like,
any
it
of
was, it looked like a fishing net.
Yeah.
And he was kind of just really, like, laddie,
I
but
was trying to make a statement. You're like,
Yeah.
don't.
really laddie.
Mm.
It's like, brother, ugh.
It was literally brother. Like he's still repping One Direction. It's like, come on, mate, it's 2024.
Yeah.
We're nearly 2025.
It's
We're
over.
only a few months away from it being another year. So time to change the clothing. But yeah, he was there to support Charles. Obviously, Charles had a little lucky rabbit foot because he was like, go Charles, I want Charles to win, blah, blah, blah. I still do think Charles obviously did well, but it was Oscar's race.
Yeah.
And it was just very unfortunate. It was a... I know what you're going to say.
No.
But it
Fuck
was...
you both.
If my mum was my dad, she would also have ball situation again because
Wait, what does that mean again?
like it's kind of like ifs and buts.
oh, yeah,
right?
there's always ifs and buts.
Because obviously Charles had the one-stop strategy and Oscar and his team debating the whole race. Should we do one stop? Should we do two? Should we do
Well-
one? And then Oscar was like, nah, let's do two. And that was what screwed him up. And Charles managed to stay out there. But he managed to tie as well. I'll give Charles that.
Yeah, of
He
course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't push too hard at the start. That's why. And Lando fucked up. And that's why Lando lost his
Yeah,
position.
because Lando's front left was degrading like nothing. And I'm pretty sure he thought that there was something wrong with the car.
Yeah.
How quickly it was degrading.
But Lando has an
Well-
issue when he starts on pole. When Lando starts on pole, he actually never finishes
Jinxes
the first
himself.
lap.
He barely gets
As-
into the first few corners.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
he hasn't finished a lap one when he's been on pole position as the leader.
Oh, Lando.
Poor Lando.
He just needs a shit ton of luck.
Yeah, he does. He does need a shit ton of luck.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with you guys. I think that
Clearly.
Charles, I mean, I'm jumping gun here, but he was my driver of the day as well. And, you know, it's not just the driver, Elle. It's the team and it's the whole package. And unfortunately, the McLaren package
Was
did
not
not
there.
deliver.
No.
It was not express posted.
We could talk about that way about politics as well. It's
know.
not the Prime Minister, it's
Yeah,
the whole
package.
bag.
Yeah, it's
But
the whole
everyone
package.
blames one
The whole
person.
team.
We're blaming one person.
And also,
Yeah.
you know, they were so indecisive, and I can be so indecisive. And Peter always says to me, "Just make a decision." And McLaren, you should have made a decision quicker because if not,
Yeah,
you
they
could have
should have.
won.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was a fantastic victory by Charles Leclerc. Love seeing Ferrari win at Monza. I'm just happy.
One happy girl.
One happy gal. A lot
very
of
happy girl.
happy Italian fans out there. Marinello gets another flag. Whenever they have a victory, they put up a new flag in Marinello. So yeah, I'm just happy.
I drove past, I can't say it like how you say it. I drove past
Marinello.
that place. Thank you. And the whole time I was just thinking of you when I was driving around because we were like on Enzo Ferrari Drive and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, I'm going fast.
I'm like the you know, on Cars,
yes.
the little cartoon. He's like, "Hey, Ferrari, I love a Ferrari."
Okay.
Yeah,
It was so tempting knowing like the Ferrari factory was like
Yeah.
5 minutes away.
Yeah,
I was
like, do I do a little detour?
But you're not allowed in there. Like no one's allowed to go.
Shit.
I reckon
Like,
you
you
could
can't
sneak in.
go. Yeah, it's like
Unless you buy multiple Ferraris a year, they won't even talk to you.
yeah. I did see
Don't actually. For anyone listening, if you do want to go to the Ferrari factory, you cannot buy tickets. There's a lot of things online saying that you can, and you can't because I nearly
Great
bought
scam.
them. Yeah,
Great scam.
scamming. Ferrari, shut it down.
Yeah,
Smart.
Nearly wasted €200 on something that doesn't exist.
that's so interesting.
Wow.
I the coverage over this weekend, there was Karoom was interviewing Charles, and he took him for a spin in one of Charles's many cars, or whether Ferrari actually, I don't know, like, do they gift them their
I
cars,
think they
or
just gift them,
or do they just sort of have an alternate of cars? But
accumulate, borrow,
accumulate them,
loan,
yeah.
all sorts.
So Charles drove Karoon into, I guess, into the grounds with police escort both sides. And he's like, "That is the smoothest drive I've had into the track ever. That is great." I'm like, I'd love to be in that car.
That would be so much fun.
Next top moment of the weekend.
I think we need to talk about the papaya rules.
It's so weird.
What was everyone's interpretation of it? Because mine was they can race, but there's like limits to racing.
Yeah, so they've got rules about how they can fight each other.
Yeah.
It's like they're school kids.
Yeah, it is.
It's like brothers.
It really is.
And then if you saw the photo of them, like, you know, when they do like the team photo at the end of the day, and obviously they've had P2 and P3, they look miserable. And then they're like photo and they're both like smiling with their teeth, but not their eyes.
Yeah.
It was giving
yeah.
very
Like
bright summer.
it's so clear that it's getting so intense over there. So intense. Because
Yeah.
even when,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like when Lando lost it on the, was like the third corner?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. If Lando didn't break as late as he did, or as early as he did, sorry, then Oscar would have run off into the chicane. And I was like, he needs to kind of stand his ground
Yeah.
when it comes to these sorts of situations, because now he just gets the rap
The shit
as
stick.
an easy driver. They're like,
Yeah.
you're not scared. Whereas if that was Max, Oscar would shit himself. He wouldn't be like, well, no, I'm probably not going to make that move.
Yeah.
My interpretation of these rules as well is that it's more in place for Lando, just because how we've seen
Because
him
he's a
like
brat.
act, and he is a brat.
Brat.
Love him, but he's a brat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, Lando, but
And that they need him to be like, calm the fuck down you know, you're not always going to be the best driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
it's sort of just to keep him in place. But I don't know. I kind of feel for them. That's
Yeah.
come
Also,
out in
like,
the
I
public
just-
being like, hey, guys, there's rules between the two of you.
Yeah.
You can't talk like that to each
Yeah.
other.
It does sound very childish, like
Yeah.
papaya rules. And like, have they like had to come up with this like name for it? Like
Yeah.
the papaya rules. Like, I remember there's the papaya rules. What is that?
They take them into a room, sit down, like, and this is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God.
Yeah.
You
Like
get a tally
kindergarten
against every
children.
time you do it.
Very childish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, despite their like papaya rules, they're now an 8-point difference in the constructors. So maybe that's why they need the rules.
That's
But-
probably why they need
And
them.
then as well, it's just about the drivers' championship.
Yes.
I'm like, Hungary, Lando
Yes.
gave the spot back to Oscar, whereas when he was asked to do it this weekend, Oscar was basically like, fuck the drivers' championship. Like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Maybe because Oscar had a better drive than Lando.
But then it's like,
Yeah, Lando screwed it up.
Yeah.
but a McLaren just like, well, we don't care about the drivers' championship anymore.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
they do.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they're interested in that. I think they're like, that's still, there's so much to be won there anyway.
Yeah.
And Max is obviously not, something's going on in him and he's like, just change the whole car.
Yeah, he's like I read somewhere that he was saying that he basically doesn't expect to win for the rest of the
he
season.
said
Yeah.
Which is
something's
a
wrong
huge
with the car.
comment.
Did Adrian Newey like?
Adrian Newey, where are you?
Did he put something into the car to make it like implode halfway through
A
the
curse?
season? Yeah,
He cursed
literally.
it.
Yeah, so
And now he's like, see you.
I
Yeah.
think that's why.
To live.
I think no one's really worried about drivers' championship because it's anyone's drivers' championship.
Let's
They're
go,
not-
Charles.
They just have to fight each other, really, Oscar and Lando, and then Charles in the mix. But if they get the constructors, then fantastic. They haven't had that.
Well, I
in a
think they
while.
have that in the bag. That's pretty much.
I think
there.
so too.
Now it's just the drivers.
Time will tell in the next few races.
Oh my God,
8-point difference.
imagine if all of a sudden Charles Leclerc comes through and poof, drivers' championship to
I
Charles.
think it could be a
It could be him.
possibility.
Yeah,
And God, he deserves it.
very high possibility there.
Mm-hmm. What a season.
We just got to see how everyone goes in Baku.
Baku.
Yeah,
Baku.
much harder track than the old Monza.
I know we spoke about this before, but we do need to just speak about it, how well Franco did.
Yes. No, yeah, definitely. I think he did really well. Yeah, I mentioned before that I was a bit worried, but then also you look at Monza and it is like an easy track. Like it's fast, but it's not as technically challenging as other ones. And I feel like once we go to Baku next week, we'll kind of have an idea of where he is with more technical tracks as well.
Yep.
But
Yeah, let's see him on a street
he looked
circuit.
so happy in all the photos I saw of him. I was like, oh my gosh,
I know.
it's the best day of his life. But it breaks my heart that next year it's like, well, sorry,
Yeah.
there's no seat for you.
Yeah, bye.
You're not allowed to stay.
But it's the experience he needed. It's kind
Yeah.
of been like the same thing for Liam Lawson. I mean, Liam Lawson came in due to injury and he had he had 4 races last year. And then he's still unsure about his future next year.
Yeah.
So,
But he did leave a mark,
yeah, he left a mark.
like a positive mark.
and that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's all.
So hopefully, yes,
That's
8 races
all
now.
he has to do because there's still going to be people that retire end of next year as well. Like this, there is groups of people racing at the moment that are going to, like, and when I say
Valtteri,
age
Zhou
out,
Guanyu,
but like
Rick.
not like age out from ageism, but just it's their time to go. They've been in the sport for too long. Like
Yep.
Alonso, he probably doesn't want to be racing fucking forever
Yeah.
as well. You know, they'll get to a point where they go, hey, see you later.
Fernando's still there at 60.
Actually, you know, he probably is going to be that one person
wouldn't
that's still
surprise
going to
me.
be there
Probably
forever.
will be.
But, you know, also Lewis might not want to do more than 1 year at Ferrari as well.
Yeah.
He just always wanted to race for Ferrari. And that's
1
what
year, and then he's like, bye.
yeah, and that's what I said. Lewis is going to do it for 1 year. So there's still so much opportunity. He makes his mark this year and then in comes Franco,
In comes Franco.
the go-karting championship. Pretty much.
Pretty much. So what's this news about? Well, touching on Baku, what's this news about Hülkenberg race ban?
He's finally got a race ban. It actually happened. I was so
Wait,
surprised.
what? I
Yeah.
completely missed that. I did not read that. I read that as a fine.
No, yeah. So he has a race ban for next week.
Oh
And
my God, that's hilarious. Well, Huss even made
Yeah.
it to Monza to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that payment went through, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way.
true. What happened with the payment?
No idea what happened to the payment, but when I saw them
I
at
want to
practice.
find out what happened.
No, before practice, I saw them and I was like, well, they're there. So that rumor was squashed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
they put it
quickly.
on Afterpay.
Anyway, yeah, sorry. Go on about go on about Nico.
Well, he had a collision with Pierre Gasly on lap 20 and it was obviously deemed his fault. And yeah, he got a 10-second time penalty as well as points, which takes him to a race ban.
So who's going to be driving next weekend?
Ollie Bierman is stepping in,
Woohoo.
which is so exciting.
So he crashed into Pierre, but didn't he also crash into Yuki and that's why Yuki retired? Or was that Magnussen? Who crashed into Yuki again? It's one of the Haas boys. It was Nico.
It was.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
Well,
he got
double-
a 5-second penalty from that as well. He forced Yuki off the track and went straight into his side pod.
Okay, well, no wonder he
It
got
was
a
quite
race ban
bad,
because
yeah.
they were like, well, you crashed into 2 drivers.
Because he also crashed
you
into
later.
Daniel Ricciardo as well.
Bro, he does not care about his career anymore. He's like, I'm done. Like, I don't give a shit. He's going to just play bumper cars with everybody.
Yeah. I could be wrong about the Daniel Ricciardo thing, but I'm pretty sure
That's
that
Daniel as well.
he nicked Daniel and Daniel stayed in, but then Yuki's car was just fucked. And so they had to retire Yuki and that was around lap 8. That was very
Poor
early on.
Yuki. Sucks to be you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sucks to be Nico Hulkenberg.
So
Oh, well.
we will
Good on
see,
Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie Bierman in Baku next week,
Yeah.
which was so good for him as well. Like obviously stepping into the car next year. It's a nice little race weekend under his belt
Love
again,
it. Love to see it.
and has an idea of what the Haas is going to feel like, considering he's gone from Ferrari car to a Haas.
Well, he's done a few drives in the Haas, but
Yeah, but like a race weekend.
yeah, I think Baku, I mean, we all love Baku. It's such a intense, interesting, eventful race. So, yeah, I think it'll be good for any rookie to be driving in Baku. It's great. So,
yeah.
great to see. But, yeah, great weekend. Now, worst moments of the weekend.
Oh, we touched on it before, but Kimi crashing in practice was
Yeah.
just a very unfortunate situation. That was probably my main worst moment from the weekend for myself.
Yeah, they were probably hoping he would have a fantastic free practice and then announce it, and it was going to be this euphoric kind of thing, and it was like, oh,
Yeah.
Didn't
Crashed in 5 minutes.
Didn't go smoothly at all.
It was great,
Yeah.
though. It was kind of, made for some talking, made for some funny comments.
yeah.
What was
Very
your
funny.
worst moment from the weekend, Pat?
I wrote 2. I mean, I think it was a real shame that George Russell crashed out on lap 1. Or didn't really crash out, but I feel like he could have done a lot better.
I loved his little zigzag when he locked
Yeah.
out. And
Zoom,
I
zoom, zoom,
was
zoom.
like, reaction time.
It was like a
point.
driving test.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I thought as well.
AP plates like, oh, let me.
I was thinking of what's the safety driving course down here in Melbourne that you go out past Berwick for?
I think it's just called safety.
No.
Oh,
that's-
no, I know what it's called.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and you have to do it around all the cones.
Yeah.
And you get that's what it reminded me of.
Oh my God. I remember doing a drive day years ago, a similar sort of thing, but then they blacked out the mirrors and the reverse things. Or you could only, I don't know why I thought of this, you could only use a reverse camera to reverse through the cones.
Oh,
So much fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So much fun.
Oh gosh, that would be I always look at my mirrors. But yeah, that wasn't great. And then, I mean, not exactly from the weekend, but I really had higher expectations on the Ferrari livery.
Oh, so
Yeah.
disappointing.
So disappointing.
I
It
understand that
looked
they
the
wanted.
exact same.
Yeah, they wanted it to make it it was in celebration of carbon fiber, and I was like,
Why didn't
"Ew."
they do a whole carbon fiber black car?
They could have made it look
It
sick.
could have been so cool.
Right?
Yeah. They
They
could
look
have
the
made it look
same.
so good. They always, Ferrari, I'm sorry, but Ferrari never delivers with their livery.
Whoever
No, last year was cool.
designs
They
them.
look
What
like
was it?
Macca's people, but
Oh,
it was still
sorry.
cool.
Sorry. And
It was something different at least.
and when
Still
they did the
cool.
blue suits as well. But again, they didn't
the
do the
blue
blue
suits.
car.
Why are they so hesitant to do something cool in the car?
Because it costs money.
Fuck 'em. Just do it.
Yep, because it costs money. But I know.
Williams
I think,
can do a cool livery and they
I
don't
know
have
they.
money.
I know they constantly disappoint those Italians. I can say that because I'm Italian. But yeah, that was a shame. I do think as well their race suits, they kind of reminded me of checkers,
Yeah.
chess,
Mm.
not in a good way.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
But yeah,
Wasn't my favorite.
not great. So that was a bit disappointing. Any other bad moments of the weekend?
I guess Lando, I think. First of all, just his attitude and his comments, but also the way he has not finished lap 1 in first, starting on pole.
Mm.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
You need to pull something out of your ass.
Yeah.
He needs to get his shit together. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Lando, I love you, but get your shit together.
I
Yeah.
was watching my stories the other day. I was like, hello.
Oh, love that.
There you go.
Like, hi.
We are not saying bad things about you. We promise. Look, Lando, we
I love
love you,
you.
but like maybe just go chat to your psychologist.
We've told you, Emma Murray. She's
Yeah.
right there in the team.
Yeah.
Mm.
You
He
could
just
be
needs-
world champion, Lando. We could be world champion.
He just needs a bit more, like, not fire in his belly. Just what's the best? A bit more. See you next Tuesday in him. I think.
I'm sure
yeah.
that's there. I think it's just a different use of how he's doing that.
Yeah.
From what? Yeah. Anyway.
Oh well.
Well, I have, before we wrap up, I had a comment of the week.
Mm.
Young Oscar Piastri throwing shade at Mr. Stroll when he says
No,
a
that
few
was so
people
funny.
didn't help. Stroll was driving like he was in his first go-kart race.
What happened to Stroll? What did he do?
I mean,
'Cause he finished last, didn't he?
It
yeah.
was just
Yeah.
being Stroll. He just
Yeah, Stroll being Stroll, exactly.
it's just Stroll being Stroll. There's just nothing to say more than that. He just is Lance Stroll. And he gets away with murder.
Someone
Really?
else needs to go into his seat.
Mm.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. We know that one. But he gets away with murder, that boy. Get
Yeah.
over it.
I was actually going to say just something over the weekend, not really related, but special shout out, also love the name, Gabriel Bartoletto from Formula 2. He had a victory. He started last and he came first.
Oh, I did
That
see
was
all of
amazing.
That was awesome.
What a drive.
Great
What a
name.
drive.
Great inspiration for baby boy over there.
Yes, well, wasn't inspo, but yes. Great name. Great name.
Was
Gabriel.
it? No inspo?
We literally picked it
that's
from
right.
an
You got the app.
Yeah.
I've told people
Yeah.
about this. That's saying,
There's like
there's
an app.
It's
There's
like
an-
Tinder for
yeah.
baby names.
It's like a Tinder for baby names. And one night we were out for dinner and we're like, let's just look at this app. And we were like kind of scrolling through some terrible names on that app. And then we're like, oh, we love this.
Oh.
Boom.
I
Baby
think
name sorted.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
That
I
was an
didn't
app for
know
that.
that
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you go.
long live the legend, Gabrielle.
Yes. He's only 19 as well. Not my Gabriel.
Be worried.
Pat
Yeah,
was
that would
11
be-
when she had her
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. He's a McLaren Junior. Again, not my Gabriel, this other Gabriel. Formula 2 driver. So maybe someone else to keep an eye on.
Another one to watch.
Anything else, guys? Or is that all we've got time for? Wait, driver of the day. You guys already know. I picked Charles.
Sure.
I mean, I would love to say Oscar, but I think it is Charles because he obviously managed his tyres better. That's just fact of the matter.
Yep.
I was just disappointed.
No, I'm going to say Oscar.
Okay.
He gave it a good drive. Good crack. Obviously, not the best option to pit twice. He should have just taken the risk because then it may have paid off for him. But oh well. You live and you learn.
You live and you learn.
So that's mine.
Also, side note, did you guys see Kimi Räikkönen there this weekend?
Yeah.
It was,
Strolling around.
it was funny, all the memes about how, like, Kimi Antonelli's, you know, the news of Kimi Antonelli comes out and then it's, like, being clouded by the original Kimi coming in.
Yeah. I saw comments, people like, Kimi, come back.
Kimi, come back.
We need you.
That's the first thing that came into my head as well.
Kimi, come back. Well,
All right.
we'll be back next week and no race next week, but the following week we will be in Baku. So we'll come to you guys next week with a little race preview and who knows, there might be another seat field for next year.
And we've also got a couple little minis coming as well. We're going to do
Yes.
some profiles on a few people, people that we want to know some more of. So they'll just be little nuggets dropping. So make sure you look out for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.